The unexpected encounter. In the quiet, rural settlement of Haven's Rest, the inhabitants went about their daily routines, unaware that their world was about to change. The XT-97 cruiser shuddered as it breached the planet's upper atmosphere, a testament to the technological prowess of its alien creators. Commander VRE hissed in satisfaction at the sensor readings. Habitable, moderate gravity, a biosphere teeming with exploitable resources, and best of all, a weak localized energy signature indicating a single underdeveloped settlement. The alien perspective. Scan complete, Commander, chirped Lisk, VRE's subordinate. Target settlement matches established templates for early-stage civilizations. Armaments. Primarily kinetic projectile weaponry, Commander. Large, bulky platforms, low velocity, easily diffused by standard shielding. A dismissive trill escaped VRE's mandibles, a pathetic display by any advanced species. He curled a thin, rigid tentacle in agreement. These primitive creatures wouldn't know what hit them. The first contact. Hail them, Lisk, the commander ordered. Let them understand the futility of resistance. Lisk chirped and began tapping into the universal translator matrix. A moment later, a booming synthesized voice echoed across the human settlement's crude communication frequencies. Attention, primitives of this world. You stand in violation of that cell-expansive compact. Surrender your settlement and you may be spared extermination. The human response was slow. Then, to VRE's irritation, it crackled faintly over the comm line as a burst of laughter. You hear that, Rusty? A gruff, accented voice echoed. They want us to surrender. Another voice, younger and tinged with awe, replied, I'm patching visuals through to the bridge now, Commander. The human response. On the main screen, the image resolved to show a grizzled human with a crude data pad in his hands, standing amidst what appeared to be the settlement's command center. Another human crouched beside him, adjusting lenses on a bulky optical device. Hold on, you pompous bastards, the grizzled human drawled into his primitive comm device. Let me get a good look at you. The screen flickered again, this time resolving into a warped, fish-eyed view of the XT-97. VRE reflexively curled a tentacle in disgust. These primates were even more aesthetically displeasing up close. Rusty, get me a munitions readout on those things, the gruff human barked. Targeting solutions locked on all visible hostiles. A new voice replied, crisp and far too calm for someone facing imminent annexation. VRE straightened, his antennae twitching in a mixture of amusement and mild affront. This creature dares threaten us? Open fire, Lisk. I shall enlighten it on the true meaning of power. The first shot. VRE's words echoed across the human command center, delivered in a synthesized approximation of their barbaric tongue. Your defiance is noted and deemed futile. Our energy shields render your crude projectile weapons obsolete. This conflict has but one logical outcome. Yeah, we get it, the grizzled human interrupted with a dismissive wave of his hand. Big guns, fancy shields, blah, blah, blah. How about this? You fire first. Let's see how obsolete these guns really are. VRE chittered in genuine laughter. Lisk mirrored his mirth. Had these creatures gone truly mad in the face of overwhelming force? So be it, VRE boomed. Prepare a low-intensity pulse. Disable their primary structure. A wave of his tentacle sent Lisk scurrying to the weapon controls. The focused energy beam shimmered to life at the bow of the XT-97, a brilliant lance of emerald green that slashed towards the heart of the human settlement. It struck their main command building squarely, and did nothing. The unforeseen resistance. The humans watched the coruscating energy field shimmer and dissipate against the crude, blocky structure. Commander VRE blinked all 6 of his eyes, unsure if his visual receptors had malfunctioned. Commander, Lisk's voice was a thin chirp of confusion. The shielding appears inert, no energy transfer of any kind. Impossible. VRE's bellow echoed across the XT-97 bridge. Cycle the emitters. Increase the power amplitude. Again, the crackling green bolt lanced forth. Again, the results failed to match expectations. No scorching blast marks, no overloading circuits, not even a flicker of the human's crude lights. On the main view screen, the grizzled human let out a low, humorous chuckle. His weathered face tightened into a scowl. "All right, boys," he barked. "Let them know why you don't bring a pea shooter to a real gunfight." The younger human beside him, the one who had controlled the optical feed, grinned wildly. "Oh, with pleasure, sir." His fingers flew over a chipped, worn control panel with practiced ease. Commander VRE opened a comm channel, intending to bellow an enraged threat when an odd droning sound cut through the bridge. It rose rapidly in pitch, an ear-splitting whine that seemed to shake the very hull of the XT-97. He glanced wildly around, searching for the source, just in time to see a glint of light streaking toward the cruiser. VRE's eyes widened. The primitive projectile was impossibly fast, a blinding speck against the dark veil of space. It struck squarely. The impact was utterly soundless, the explosion visible only as a momentary distortion in the cruiser's shimmering energy shields. Then the distortion ballooned outward, the flawless integrity of the shield collapsing, warping inwards before a yawning hole erupted in the hull of the XT-97. The chaos unleashed. The bridge erupted into chaos. Alarms shrieked in dissonant tones, and flashing lights painted the crew consoles in a riot of crimson and amber. Consoles exploded, showering Lisk and the other crew with debris. Viore himself was thrown from his command chair, tumbling across the tilting deck. Miraculously, the ship held together. Secondary systems kicked in, sealing breaches and desperately rerouting power. Viore scrambled to his feet, a hiss of pain escaping him as one of his tentacles scraped against exposed, sparking circuitry. "Damn it, report." He roared, cutting through the din of alarms and panicked cries. "Primary shield generator offline," Lisk chirped, his voice edged into a panicked trill. "Massive hull breach on decks 3 and 4. Life support failing in multiple sections." Another blinding speck flashed in the viewports. This time, it punched straight through the aft auxiliary engine pod, the projectile emerging in a shower of vaporized metal and shredded circuits. The XT-97 shuddered, the rear section erupting in a brilliant flare of exploding plasma. The human counterattack. "Commander," the younger human's voice filtered through the comms, laced with an odd mix of awe and excitement. "That was a tungsten slug at 10% of light speed. How's it taste?" Viore stared in horror at the dissipating debris field, once a vital part of his pristine cruiser. Their intelligence had been fatally flawed. These weren't bulky platforms or low-velocity weapons. Each was a planet killer in miniature. He snarled, pushing past a cluster of terrified crew members. "Return fire. Target their weapons emplacements." The XT-97 lurched, its weapons systems struggling to compensate for the damage. The battle had only just begun, and it was clear the humans were far from the primitive pushovers they had been assumed to be. The unexpected strength of humanity. The initial shock of the human counterattack had left the crew of the XT-97 scrambling. Commander VRE, now fully aware of the threat posed by the seemingly primitive humans, was determined to turn the tide of battle. As the alien cruiser adjusted its tactics, the humans on the ground prepared for the next phase of their defense. The tactical shift. "All weapons, focus fire on their power sources," Viore commanded, his voice a mixture of anger and desperation. "We need to disable their defenses." The alien ship's remaining functional weapon systems targeted the settlement's power generators. Emerald beams of energy lanced toward the ground, aiming to cripple the humans' ability to resist. But the humans had anticipated this move. The ground defense. "All right, boys, keep those generators shielded," Rusty barked to his team. "We've got the high ground. Use it." From hidden bunkers and fortified positions, human soldiers unleashed a barrage of kinetic projectiles. Despite the XT-97's superior technology, the humans' strategic positioning and relentless firepower began to take a toll on the alien ship's defenses. The surprise reinforcements. As the battle raged, a new signal was detected by both sides. From the horizon, a fleet of human aircraft appeared, hastily retrofitted with advanced weaponry salvaged from earlier alien encounters. The sight of these reinforcements bolstered the human defenders and struck fear into the alien invaders. "Commander, additional human forces detected," Lisk reported, his voice trembling. "How many?" Viry demanded, though he dreaded the answer. "Too many, Commander. We can't hold them off for long." The turning point. With a renewed sense of determination, the humans launched a coordinated assault. The grizzled human leader, now identified as Captain Stone, led the charge. His voice, steady and resolute, echoed through the comm channels. "Listen up, everyone. This is our home. We've faced worse odds before and come out on top. Let's show these aliens what it means to mess with humanity." The human forces advanced with precision and ferocity, targeting weak points in the XT-97's hull and exploiting every vulnerability. The alien ship, now struggling to maintain its structural integrity, began to falter under the relentless assault. The alien desperation. "Commander, we must retreat," Lisk urged, his usually calm demeanor shattered by the chaos around him. "We can't withstand this level of firepower." Viry, his pride wounded and his options dwindling, knew that Lisk was right. "Initiate emergency protocols. Prepare for a tactical withdrawal," he ordered, his voice heavy with resignation. The alien cruiser, now a shadow of its former self, began to pull away from the planet's surface. As it ascended, the human forces continued their relentless barrage, ensuring that the XT-97 would not return to threaten them again. The human victory. Cheers erupted across the human settlement as the alien ship retreated. Captain Stone, weary but triumphant, addressed his people. "We did it. We showed them what we're made of. But this isn't the end. We need to be ready for whatever comes next. Let's start rebuilding and preparing. Humanity will not be caught off guard again." As the humans celebrated their hard-fought victory, they knew that the battle had only just begun. The universe was vast and full of unknown threats, but they had proven that they could stand against even the most advanced adversaries. Their resilience and ingenuity would be their greatest weapons in the battles to come. The aftermath and preparations. In the wake of their unexpected victory, the humans of Haven's Rest began to assess the damage and make preparations for the future. The battle had been won, but the war was far from over. Captain Stone and his team knew that they needed to be ready for whatever challenges lay ahead. The damage assessment. Teams of engineers and medics worked tirelessly to repair the settlement's infrastructure and tend to the wounded. The alien attack had left scars, both physical and emotional, but the resilient spirit of humanity shone through. "Rusty, what's the status on the generators?" Captain Stone asked, surveying the damage. "We've got them back online, but they'll need some serious repairs," Rusty replied. "We lost a lot of good people today." The technological advancements. One of the unexpected boons of the alien encounter was the opportunity to reverse engineer their technology. Scientists and engineers eagerly pored over the wreckage of the XT-97, hoping to unlock its secrets and bolster their own defenses. "Look at this," one of the engineers said, holding up a piece of alien tech. "If we can figure out how this works, we could revolutionize our power systems." Captain Stone nodded, seeing the potential for growth and advancement. "Make it a priority. We need every advantage we can get." The strategic planning. With the immediate threat neutralized, attention turned to long-term strategy. Captain Stone gathered his top advisors to discuss their next moves. "We can't assume this is over," he said. "The Xil will likely send reinforcements. We need to fortify our defenses and establish communication with other settlements." One of the advisors, a former military strategist named Harper, spoke up. "We should also consider forming alliances with other advanced civilizations. If we can show them that we can hold our own, they might be willing to help." The training and mobilization. Knowing that more battles were likely on the horizon, Captain Stone ordered an increase in training and recruitment efforts. Every able-bodied person was encouraged to learn how to defend their home, and specialized training programs were established to develop new tactics and strategies. "Remember, we're not just fighting for ourselves," Captain Stone told a group of new recruits. "We're fighting for the future of humanity. We need to be stronger, smarter, and more united than ever. The psychological impact. The battle had taken a toll on the settlers, and Captain Stone knew that maintaining morale was crucial. He arranged for counselors and support groups to help people cope with the trauma they had experienced. "We've been through a lot," he said in a community address. "It's okay to feel scared or uncertain, but together we can overcome anything. Lean on each other, support one another, and never forget why we fight." The alien retaliation. As humanity strengthened its defenses and prepared for future encounters, the Xil were not idle. Deep within their territory, plans were being made for a swift and devastating retaliation. The XT-97's defeat had been a humiliation that the Xil leadership could not ignore. The Xil Council's decision. In the Grand Chamber of the Xil High Council, the leaders debated their next move. The loss of the XT-97 had shaken their confidence, but it had also fueled their determination to crush the human resistance. "These humans are more formidable than we anticipated," one council member said. "We must not underestimate them again." Another council member, known for their ruthless tactics, proposed a plan. "We will send a fleet equipped with our most advanced weaponry. This time, we will leave nothing to chance." The fleet mobilization. The Xil fleet, composed of dozens of warships, began to assemble. Each ship was equipped with the latest in Xil technology, designed to overcome the humans' unexpected resilience. As the fleet prepared to launch, the Xil leaders issued a dire warning. "Humans of Earth, your defiance will not be tolerated. Prepare to face the full might of the Xil Empire." The human preparations. Back on Earth, Captain Stone and his team received intelligence about the impending Xil invasion. The news was sobering, but it only steeled their resolve. "All right, people, this is what we've been preparing for," Captain Stone announced. "We know they're coming, and we know they're bringing everything they've got. But so are we." The humans worked around the clock to bolster their defenses, integrate the alien technology they had salvaged, and prepare their newly trained forces for the coming battle. The diplomacy efforts. In a bid to secure allies, Captain Stone sent emissaries to nearby star systems, hoping to find civilizations willing to stand with humanity against the Xil threat. One such emissary, a skilled diplomat named Lena, made contact with a technologically advanced race known as the Arcturians. The Arcturians, intrigued by humanity's resilience, agreed to provide support. "We will aid you," the Arcturian leader said, "but know this, the Xil are relentless. This will not be an easy fight." The calm before the storm. As the Xil fleet approached, a tense calm settled over Haven's Rest. The settlers, now fully aware of the stakes, braced themselves for the battle of their lives. "Stay strong," Captain Stone told his people. "We faced them before, and we will face them again. Together, we will prevail." The stage was set for a showdown that would determine the future of humanity. With their newfound allies and advanced technology, the humans were ready to face the Xil head-on. The battle for survival was about to begin. The battle begins. As the Xil fleet entered the outer reaches of Earth's solar system, humanity's defenses were fully mobilized. Captain Stone and his team stood ready, their eyes fixed on the skies, awaiting the inevitable clash. The calm before the storm was shattered by the approach of the Xil warships, their ominous silhouettes casting long shadows over the planet. The arrival of the Xil fleet. The Xil fleet arrived in formation, their warships glistening with advanced technology. Commander Vidar-E, still smarting from his previous defeat, led the charge. His resolve was unyielding, driven by a desire to redeem himself and crush the human resistance. "All ships, prepare for engagement," Vidar-E commanded. "This time, we will show no mercy." The Xil warships began to spread out, surrounding Earth and cutting off any potential escape routes. Their advanced sensors scanned the planet, identifying key targets and weaknesses in the human defenses. The human response. On the ground, Captain Stone and his team monitored the approaching fleet. The atmosphere was tense, but there was also a sense of determination. They had faced the Xil before and emerged victorious. They were ready to do it again. "All units, hold your positions," Stone ordered. "Wait for my signal." The human forces, now bolstered by their new Arcturian allies, took up strategic positions around Haven's Rest and other key locations. Anti-aircraft batteries and ground-based missile systems were primed and ready, while the newly integrated alien technology provided an added layer of defense. The first strike. The Xil warships unleashed a barrage of energy beams, targeting human defenses and infrastructure. Explosions rocked the planet's surface as the initial wave of attacks hit, but humanity was prepared. Their advanced shielding and defensive tactics absorbed much of the initial impact, minimizing casualties and damage. Now, Stone shouted, signaling the counterattack. Human and Arcturian forces launched a coordinated assault, targeting the Xil warships with a combination of kinetic projectiles, energy weapons, and advanced missiles. The sky lit up with the exchange of fire, a dazzling display of destruction and defiance. The turning point. One of the key moments in the battle came when a squadron of retrofitted human aircraft, piloted by some of the best and bravest, managed to breach the defenses of a Xil warship. Led by the fearless pilot Major Jax, the squadron executed a daring maneuver, flying in close formation to avoid detection. "Hold steady, everyone," Jax called out. "We're going in hot." The squadron unleashed a barrage of tungsten slugs at point-blank range, overwhelming the Xil warship's shields and causing catastrophic damage. The warship erupted in a fiery explosion, sending shockwaves through the Xil fleet. "That's one down," Jax said with a grin. "Let's keep it up." The ground offensive. Meanwhile, on the ground, human and Arcturian soldiers engaged Xil ground troops in fierce combat. The alien invaders, though technologically superior, were unprepared for the sheer tenacity and ingenuity of the human defenders. "Push them back," shouted Sergeant Ramirez, leading a platoon in a counteroffensive. "Show them what we're made of." Using a combination of guerrilla tactics and advanced weaponry, the humans managed to repel the Xil ground forces, forcing them to retreat and regroup. The Xil desperation. Commander VRE, witnessing the unexpected resilience of the human and Arcturian forces, grew increasingly desperate. His pride and reputation were on the line, and he could not afford another defeat. "Concentrate all fire on their central command," VRE ordered. "We must break their spirit." The Xil warships focused their attacks on Haven's Rest, determined to crush the heart of the human resistance. But Captain Stone and his team were ready. "All units, defend the command center," Stone shouted. "We can't let them break through." The climax of the battle. The final moments of the battle were intense and chaotic. Explosions lit up the night sky as human and Xil forces clashed in a desperate struggle for dominance. The air was filled with the sounds of weapons fire and the cries of the wounded, a cacophony of war. In a last-ditch effort, the Xil warships unleashed their most powerful weapon, a massive energy beam capable of obliterating entire cities. The beam streaked toward Haven's Rest, a blinding lance of destruction. "Brace for impact," Stone yelled, his voice echoing through the command center. But at the last moment, the Arcturian allies activated a powerful energy shield, deflecting the beam and saving the settlement from total annihilation. The human triumph. With their ultimate weapon thwarted and their forces in disarray, the Xil were forced to retreat. Cheers erupted across the human and Arcturian forces as the last of the Xil warships vanished into the depths of space. Captain Stone, exhausted but triumphant, addressed his people. "We did it. We've shown that Saddle that humanity will not be conquered. We've proven our strength, our resilience, and our unity. Today, we stand not just as survivors, but as victors." As the dust settled and the fires died down, the humans began to rebuild once again. They knew that more challenges lay ahead, but they were ready to face them, stronger and more united than ever before. Rebuilding and alliances. In the aftermath of the battle, humanity and their Arcturian allies focused on rebuilding and strengthening their alliance. The victory over the Xil had forged a bond between the two species, one based on mutual respect and shared goals. The reconstruction efforts. Teams of engineers, architects, and laborers worked tirelessly to repair the damage caused by the battle. Buildings were rebuilt, infrastructure was restored, and new defensive systems were put in place to prevent future attacks. "Let's make sure we're ready for anything," Captain Stone said, overseeing the reconstruction efforts. "We can't afford to be caught off guard again." The technological exchange. The partnership with the Arcturians opened up new possibilities for technological advancement. Human scientists and engineers eagerly learned from their Arcturian counterparts, integrating advanced alien technology into their own systems. "This is incredible," one human engineer said, examining an Arcturian energy converter. "With this, we can boost our power output tenfold." The technological exchange not only improved Earth's defenses but also paved the way for advancements in energy production, transportation, and communication. The diplomatic endeavors. Building on the success of their alliance with the Arcturians, Captain Stone and his team sought to establish diplomatic relations with other advanced civilizations. Emissaries were sent to distant star systems, carrying messages of peace and cooperation. "We must show the universe that humanity is a force for good," said Lena, the skilled diplomat. "Our strength lies not just in our technology, but in our ability to forge alliances and work together." The cultural exchange. The alliance with the Arcturians also led to a rich cultural exchange. Humans and Arcturians shared their art, music, literature, and traditions, fostering a deeper understanding and appreciation of each other's cultures. "It's amazing how much we can learn from each other," said an Arcturian artist, admiring a piece of human sculpture. "Our differences make us stronger." The training and preparation. With the threat of the Xils still looming, ongoing training and preparation remained a priority. New recruits were trained in advanced combat techniques, and veterans shared their experiences and strategies. "Stay vigilant," Sergeant Ramirez told a group of trainees. "The Xil might be licking their wounds, but they'll be back. We need to be ready." The unity and hope. Despite the challenges they had faced, there was a renewed sense of unity and hope among the humans and their allies. The victory over the Xil had proven that they could stand together against even the most formidable foes. "Together, we are unstoppable," Captain Stone declared in a speech to the United Forces. "The future is ours to shape. Let's build a world where peace and prosperity are not just dreams, but reality." The new dawn. As Earth and its allies looked to the future, there was a sense of optimism and determination. The battle with the Xil had marked the beginning of a new era, one where humanity and their allies would explore the stars, forge new alliances, and continue to grow and evolve. The exploration of new frontiers. With their newfound technological prowess, humanity embarked on a journey of exploration. Advanced spacecraft, equipped with Arcturian technology, ventured into uncharted territories, seeking out new worlds and civilizations. "There's so much out there," said Captain Stone, now leading a mission of exploration. "We're just getting started." The strengthening of alliances. The bond between Earth and the Arcturians grew stronger with each passing day. Together, they worked to build a coalition of like-minded civilizations, united in their commitment to peace and progress. "We are stronger together," said the Arcturian leader. "Our alliance will be a beacon of hope in the galaxy, the legacy of resilience." The story of humanity's triumph over the Xil became a legend, inspiring future generations to strive for greatness. Schools and academies taught the history of the battle, emphasizing the importance of resilience, ingenuity, and unity. "Remember what we accomplished," Captain Stone told a group of young cadets. "You are the future. Carry our legacy forward." The continuing vigilance. Despite the victory, humanity remained vigilant. The threat of the Xil and other unknown dangers loomed in the background, a reminder that the fight for survival was never truly over. "Stay alert," Captain Stone warned. "The universe is full of surprises, but we are ready for whatever comes our way." The hope for peace. As humanity and their allies looked to the stars, they carried with them a message of hope and a desire for peace. They had proven that even in the face of overwhelming odds, they could stand together and prevail. "The future is bright," Captain Stone said, gazing at the distant stars. "Let's make it a future worth fighting for."